Zero.
This is it. Once the flower's in full bloom, you have to destroy it.
Okay.
There's one more thing I need to tell you.
What?
You've grown strong, Mikhail.
Zero. Zero, you big dummy.
Hey guys, Tales of Creed here, and welcome to the finale of Let's Play Drakengard 3. It's been a long road, and we're finally here. So, this is the boss. This is the boss that everybody's been telling me about. If you haven't noticed by now, this is post-commentated. This boss is actually probably one of the worst things of my life in the past 10 days. It has been hell. It has been literal hell. It's pretty shit. But, God, okay, I'm gonna be completely honest here. What you're seeing here is not me. I didn't want to cop out like this because I did promise that I was going to beat this. I definitely did promise that. I feel really bad doing this, honestly. But it came to a point where I needed to make a decision. So, hear me out. I know this is a little crazy. This came to a point where I needed to make a decision where I would either halt the project indefinitely until I defeated this boss, or did this. I mean, either way, this was going to be post-commentated, and I knew relatively what was going on in the story, so there wasn't really going to be any big surprises going on. I even know about the cutscene afterwards, so yeah. I mean, even with that cutscene, this whole thing is really not worth it. Like, the cutscene afterwards is no big deal, but that's a whole different story. I'll let you watch that when we get to it. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the project here, as well as give my thoughts about this, and as well, tell you a little bit about myself, which is a little weird, but, you know, stick with me a little bit. I just want to be honest with you. Alright, so I'll start with the things about myself and how it kinda doesn't mesh well with this project. When I'm saying that, I mean, I have some anxiety problems, and I don't do well under pressure. This boss pretty much is the epitome of pressure, and it's hell. And I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, because, I mean, I am complaining. I really don't like this boss. But I don't know how to put this without sounding whiny or jerkish or just bitchy. But all in all, I can't do this boss. My mind doesn't work this way. It's all about being in tune with the rhythm. I'm not good at rhythm. I am actually awful at rhythm. So for the past 10 days, I've actually taken the time to memorize this entire thing, and then I had to make sure that I was not, letting pressure get to me, and that involves, not shaking so much, and just, a lot of different things that me personally I have a problem with. So, these parts right here are actually not that bad. I've always, in the past few days, I've always been able to make it to the final phase of this fight with little trouble. It's gotten to a point where I pretty much know this by like the back of my hand. So, that's all fine and dandy, I know this fight like the back of my hand, but when we get to the final phase, something clicks in my head where it's just I can't function properly. Which sounds like a huge cop-out, I know. Totally, I know, it's a huge cop-out, and I apologize profusely, because I feel like shit that I can't beat this boss after being so forward about it. But, God, I'm sorry, honestly. But this came to a point, and with all that in mind, this came to a point where I needed to make a decision whether I was going to let this project go on hiatus for the finale, or do this, let you guys see what happens, and end it. So there is no delay and there's no bullshit. So even though I made the promise, and I don't like going back on my promises, trust me. That's the last thing I want to do. But the decision I made was to do this. So right here you're seeing the final phase of the fight. This is where the fight gets really, really ridiculous. I've actually made it to the very end of this, and I know you're probably thinking how could you give up at that point? Well, it's so... There's one particular part in this phase where I just break, and I got lucky on one time, and I was like, holy shit, don't fuck this up, me. And I can't do it again. I'm just really bad, So here, it's gonna come up in a second, and I'll show it. Alright, here it is, right here. So right there was 6 notes all in a row, and then a pause, and then 1 note. So you need to make sure, so when there's a lot of notes in a row, what I usually do is mash it out, because that usually works out. But when there's a pause and then 1 note, I'm fucked. So I had to train myself to get down on those 6 notes, but I still I shake like crazy and I'm freaking out at that point. So I end up fucking it up. So I've made it to this part right here where it's fading black. And you know what happened? I fucked it up. That's what happened. So that's my story. So I'll let the voice actors take it away, and I'll be back to talk a little bit more about this.
Hey, Zero?
Yeah?
I had a lot of fun. With you, I mean. It was fun being with you. The killing was hard. It was really hard. But
Stop repeating things.
getting to be with you, Zero, getting to eat next to you, getting to fly around with you, getting to have you yell at me, and then getting to be friends again. It was really, really fun.
I'm glad. Mikhail,
Yeah?
it's It's almost time.
Okay. Good night, Zero.
Recording. The intoners have been sealed off in another world. The threat of the flower has been extinguished from this branch. However, the possibility exists that this seal could unravel at some time or location in the future. Until then, our recording efforts will continue. Oh, and a personal addendum regarding my observational target, Zero. Perhaps this is beyond my functional requirements as a recorder, but I cannot shake the feeling that somehow, somewhere, Zero is still alive. And that someday, she and I will see each other again. Crazy, I know. Call it a hunch.
私に見えるのは遠い遠い過去の淵私に見えるのはひどくひどく凍えた瞳私に見えるのは
And that, my friends, is the end of Drakengard 3. It's been a good run, honestly. All things aside, all this stuff aside, I really enjoy this game. I really do. I'm all about the journey and not the destination. So even though I really dislike the destination, and it doesn't match me personally, and I have a lot of trouble with it, I still found a lot of enjoyment out of this game. And I hope that showed, because I don't want you to take away from this that I didn't enjoy this game because of this one moment. This is the first time I've ever had to really do something like this, so it's kind of leaving a bad taste in my mouth, but it's just something that I had to do, honestly, if I wanted to continue moving. I didn't want to be stuck here, and that's all there is to it. But I'm not going to give up on my own personal file, well, this file. I'm not going to be giving up. I'm still going to be trying every now and then to beat this boss on my own. But for now, this is the end of the project. I'm definitely gonna keep trying, trust me, because I actually want to beat the game myself. And I feel like shit doing this. But I really enjoyed this project, all things aside. And even though I'll be the first to tell you, this game has some major problems. Technical problems. But I like the story. I like the characters. Mikhail was the best thing ever. Like, he was amazing. I loved him. And, you know, all things aside, I still really enjoyed this game. I know I've said that like 5 times, whatever. So, my bad. But I'd give this game a solid 7, because I still decently enjoyed this game. I think it is a good game. But if I ever meet the creator of this game, first I'm going to have him sign my copy, and then I'm going to shove something hard up his ass to bring after bringing back something like that and making it harder compared to the first game. I know the horror stories of Drakengard 1. I know. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. With all that said, though, it was good. I did enjoy doing this game. I'm glad I did this game, because a lot of people seem to enjoy it, surprisingly. I was on the fence about starting this project because I wasn't sure how it was going to go. But honestly, this was like one of the most popular projects I've had ever. Sorry, I'm kind of stuttering a little bit. But this project went over really well, surprisingly. So, thank you for old and new viewers who decide to stick around. I promise you, I'm not usually like this, where I'm post-commentating and giving you excuses and things. I mean, I don't like doing things like this. But I want you to see the ending. So, here it is. With all that said, though, all that's left of this game is the DLC. Now, I do want to do the DLC in the future. I'm gonna be putting some money aside soon, hopefully, to buy that, and then I'll be starting them up, because I definitely want to do all of them. So, be on the lookout for that in the future. For now, it's not really planned at the moment, but definitely in the future, I want to do that. So, gonna be doing that soon. With all that done, though, we're pretty much done with the game here. This was 100% done, complete, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed this game. I know I've said that like 3 times or something, but it was good. So, thank you for watching. It's been really, really fun, honestly. Even with all this stuff in this last episode, it's been really fun. So, thank you very much. Next on my plate, I might be starting up another project before Xillia 2, but Xillia 2 is coming up pretty soon. So, get hyped for that, because I've had a lot of requests for Xillia 2 since I finished Xillia 1. And I have the collector's edition pre-ordered, and I'm like so freaking ready to play that game. You have no idea. Like, I'm really excited for that. So, there's one thing to look out for. And that's about it. Xenogears is still going on. Still got a while on that game. I apologize. It's been taking quite a while. Should probably record some of that tonight, actually. But thank you for watching. That's all I really have to say for now. So I'm probably going to let the final cutscene just go, and that'll be it. So it's been a pleasure. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you for watching. And next time, we'll be starting up a new project, maybe. I'm still not sure on it, so I'm not going to say what it is, but could happen. And Xenogears and Xillia 2, all good stuff coming out. So, thank you. Sorry about this little thing, but I hope you'll understand. So, thank you for watching, and take the final cutscene.
Handover of recording duties complete. Excellent work. Well, I wonder how the future's going to unfold from here on. Ow, 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 ow. Goodness
Here's another
gracious.
huge mess for us to deal with.
That was. I wonder how long
that
I've
was
balanced
certainly
this
something.
secret to everybody.
Right. Everyone split up and begin recording. Understood.
I hope to see you again someday. But until then, I'd like to say thank you for playing.